anybody that comments. And I send them another post that says, I'm so excited. I just ordered my weight loss coffee. And my friend Lauren is still looking for models to try it with me. Who loves coffee and wants to drop a few pounds while doing so? Like, who drinks coffee and wants to drop a few pounds while doing so? Comment an emoji or post an emoji below. And don't ever tag a friend. I've been finding that out on Facebook algorithms. I've been doing that and saying that, and I was getting way better results when I didn't say that. Just drop an emoji below. It was being so Facebook algorithms are flagging tag a friend now. So we need to stop putting that. I've just been doing some research and playing around with it the past couple of days, and everyone that I don't say tag a friend works better than everyone that I say tag a friend.
Okay,
so,
one more thing. I just meant to bother you. But can you repeat what you were saying again about, not tell them about, just stick to the coffee and not give them like the package, like if they want to.
Yeah, I mean, I just only say whatever they ask me. And I want them to get in right then. And so I don't try to say, well, what about this and this package and we have this stuff and you can also do this. Yeah, I want everybody to be on everything, and I love so many products, and I know that they would love them too. But I just want to get them in right then.
Upsell on them too.
I'm right now I'm doing quality, but I'm wanting quantity. I want some customers, and I want to get them in or not. What do you want the coffee? No? All right, moving on. I don't even say anything like, well, we also have this or we also have that. Because guess what? I friend requested them. Usually they accept. Mm-hmm. I'm dripping on my stuff all the time. Here's me drinking collagen. Here's me eating a huge cookie the other night when we went out to eat, and I had a dessert for dinner. Here's me eating Fat Fighters. I mean, I'm dripping on my social media, so I don't try to upsell them a lot outside of 2 bags of coffee or the chocolate greens, because I've said, if they've told me that they're used to sugary Starbucks coffee like I was, then I say, okay, we have chocolate greens that would actually probably help you adjust to the taste. Plus, they're going to help detox your body, alkaline your body, and that just enhanced my results, and I was able to lose 20 pounds in 6 weeks with those 2 things. It's going to taste like a skinny mocha and be so yummy. You're going to love it. And they're usually like, I had one girl that I didn't even say anything else of the script except for that first one and that, and she was like, okay, perfect. Whatever I order, I want that. Sounds amazing. I'm like, okay. So I just said, do you want me to walk you through the review or take your order? And she was like, take it. I'm like, text me, girl, let's do this. I don't say anything else. Now, if they start saying, like one lady said, do you have other products? Like, what other products do you sell? Then I will say, okay, well, we have actually, a ton of different things. We have a full keto line, then I'll talk about that. But if they don't ask it, I don't say it. I'm not trying to hide anything from anyone. That's what I love about the scripts, is it's saying, like, this is a 90-day review. September, October, November. You're going to get my discount. It's not free. I love that it's giving out all the information, but it's not too much. Mm-hmm. So I don't try to sell them, oh, you have 100 pounds to lose, you're going to need 1 million things. Yeah, they may need 1 million things, but I don't want to tell them that right now. Let's get you started with the coffee, get you started feeling better, and then we can go from there and see how you feel after your first month. If you are that's helping you reach your goal. If not, let's move on. Let's get some other things. Let's add some other things in. I can totally help you reach that goal, girl. Even if it takes us longer than the 90 days, I promise, I can help you see some amazing results. And they're like, okay, yes, I'm ready. Most of my customers, by the time I get done talking to them, they're like, thank you so much for talking to me about all this. I'm so excited. I'm like, I've never had my customers say that. So I think it's just the wording. Y'all, it's such wording. And I've been in for so long, I know when to say stuff, when and how to say it.
It's wording, confidence.
If they send something back, after I send the price, and they say, okay, that sounds good, and that's it, I know to say, okay, so is there a goal you're trying to reach, or is there, you're just wanting the extra energy or mental focus, or what? I know to say that.
But
or
it's your confidence
for some
that's
people,
pushing it
is.
too.
It's my confidence. I know they're doing it. Or if they say, okay, that sounds good, I say, all right, girl, the only thing left to do is sign you up. Let's do this. Then they're like, okay, perfect. What do I have to do? So getting them over to my text for me is people that I know are ready to buy. They're ready. They've texted me. They're waiting till payday, Thursday, whatever. They're going to ask their friend, but they want it. They're texting me. They're done. So I put PLC for potential low customer or LC for low customer, whatever. Okay, and they're my text and they're ready. I really need to be following up with them because they want it and they've enough to text me and say I'm ready, hold my spot, Friday or whatever. And then if they do say well, I need to wait till payday or I need to do this or that, I go to my calendar immediately, put their name in and say follow up, with them or whatever, if it's on Facebook or text, like, because some people will say, well, let me think about it on my messenger. Well, let me think about it and I'll get back to you. And I'm like, okay, perfect, no worries. Let me know if you have any questions and I'll save your free gift and I'll check back with you, next week or whatever. And then I go to my calendar and I put their name in for next week, follow up, Facebook, Kim, whatever, and then that's just how I remember. So then I change their chat color to red because there's somebody that I immediately need to be following up with. So I know that if I ever stumble across their page or name or anything and I go to their chat and it's red, I need to figure out are they in or are they not? Or I need to follow up. When was I following up with them? Then if they're a loyal customer and I get them over to text and their order gets in, I go back to their chat and change it to pink. They're a customer, they're in, they're good. And then I archive that conversation because I want my chat to be cleared and mainly people that are still kind of potentials and that I'm working on, not people that I really need to be following up with right away. So I archive that chat. And you can do that by clicking on the holding on to the conversation, and it'll come up and say delete conversation, and it'll look like you're going to delete it, but when you click that, it'll say delete or archive, and I archive. That way the loyal customers aren't still really in my news, my chat feed a lot, and I can just make sure that it's mainly people who I need to be following up with. And then yellow is host to post, green is a distributor. I have purple for samples. Anybody that wanted to sample, and I'm going to mail out a sample that they bought because I sell samples 1 for $5 or 5 for $20. But here's what I've been saying to sample people. They're like, well, I really want to try a sample. And I'm like, of course. Are you just worried you won't like the flavor, or you just don't want to commit to 90 days? So then I can find out what their fear is. Right. They don't want the flavor, or they don't want to commit. And I can find out usually they'll be like, well, I just don't know if I'm going to like it. I'm like, oh my gosh, girl. Trust me, I was the same way. I was addicted to Starbucks, sugary coffee, and I didn't know if I was going to like it either. But I promise there's so many recipes and there's so many things that you can do, so many ways to make it. Super yummy. So I promise never to leave you stuck with anything that you aren't happy with or aren't seeing results from or can't drink. And they'll be like, okay, and so then I'll be like, because I normally sell samples 1 for $5 or 5 for $20. And if you're not local, sometimes shipping can just be crazy. So I'm voice recording this too because it's way easier. So it's probably going to be more cost efficient, honestly, if you just buy the bag of 15 for $39. A little bit more pocket friendly or wallet friendly. And they'll be like, oh yeah, you're probably right. I'm not local, so I don't know how much shipping will be. I'm like, girl, I promise to never leave you stuck with anything you're not happy with or not seeing results from. I promise, there's tons of recipes, and I even have a keto group that I can add you to that we post all of our coffee recipes on that you can look at and see, and I promise we'll find something super yummy for you. To make how to make it. And usually by that point, they're like, okay, yeah, great. Because I've addressed not only the taste issue, but the 90-day, reservation issue. They know that, no, we don't really have a guarantee once they open it because we can't guarantee they're going to use it correctly. But I personally promise to make sure that I can work with them to help them find a way that they like it. We can change the product, whatever. So it's just little things like that I feel like are working. But, it doesn't matter what anybody says, I make them make a post. Don't ever forget that, y'all. So many of my girls right now are just leaving it. When they say, nope, I don't want it, they're like, okay, thanks. No. They have to make a post. Unless they literally say, no, I don't feel comfortable with that, or I don't want to do that, then I'm like, okay, no worries, thanks. Guess what? I'm still going to be checking up with you next month. But if they say no, they don't want to make a post, then I leave it and let it go. But if they say no, I'm not interested right now, or I can't afford it, or whatever, a lot of people will say that, I say, oh my gosh, no worries. Okay, so I say, hey, but if you want, you can make a post for me on your page, and if anyone orders from it, I'll send you a sample so you can at least try it for free. I got you, girl. Or, no worries, I got you. And I send a little emoji. And usually they'll be like, oh, and then sometimes I'll say, how about that for now? How about that for now? And they'll be like, oh yes, that's perfect. Send it over. And I'm like, okay, I send them the regular host to post, post, and I tell them what to do, copy and paste, tag me, here's a picture. And then they're like, okay, perfect. I'm like, good luck, girl, hope you get a free sample. A lot of times then I find when I say good luck, girl, hope you get a sample, they will go and tag people. Mm-hmm. They'll start commenting and tagging their friends. Mm-hmm. So guess what I do? Friend request them. Anybody that they tag, I don't always message them right away, but I'll definitely friend request them because I'll at least have that contact, have it on my timeline review. I did set up my timeline review. None of these go on my timeline. That way I can have a list so that I can go back all the time to my timeline review, see what posts there are, but I still have them in my friend request list as well.
You want me to give you an extra tip on that?
What?
So now you can save them to a collection and find them even faster.
If they accept or even if they don't?
No, the posts. The host to host.
Yeah.
That's been like the extra, like not even just
On
Instagram.
Instagram?
No, Facebook.
Okay. Yeah.
You can do it on Facebook. You didn't know that?
No.
Yes.
You can save them to
You can save them to a collection on Facebook. If you go up to the little dots at the top of the post, you can now save it, and when you save it, you can create a collection and call it like host a post September's or host a post for this chick only, and you can create it that
Host a
way.
post for this
That's
chick
stop,
only.
yeah, whatever the name is. And now you can find it even faster than just having it in that review, because that right there drive me crazy. So now I feel like that'll make it a lot faster. So you can create collections on Facebook now.
Okay, I love that because it is kind of, I have over 200 and something posts. I think 250.
And now you can separate it by a person. Like if that one person did it, or that 1 week, or whatever way you want to do it.
Yeah.
That one
Okay,
product.
well, when you click on
On
the
Facebook.
post, the little 3 lines at the top.
When you save it, you know how you used to save posts on Facebook
Yeah.
that you want to go back and look at? Now you
Yeah.
can save it, but now you can create
Collection.
albums
Once
basically.
you start saving a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
So what if you ask, like, you ask someone to also post for you, like in Messenger, but they haven't read their thing, but you see them active on Facebook, right? But
I'm gonna go to their house and knock on their
Are
door.
you
Right.
still gonna do you,
If I
the gift of like the wedding.
if I've seen that they have, if I've asked them to make a
Am I supposed to
post,
share?
like a host a post, and then they saw it and they didn't say anything, then I try to stalk them. I go on their feed. I like all their stuff. If they've got a story, I comment on it, because when you comment on their story, when you reply to their story, it goes to their messenger. And so it will, be in there. But I'll do like a GIF sometimes and be like, oh my gosh, like a crazy one. And I'll be like, oh my gosh, girl, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to send that. Or for some people, I'll just go back, if they saw it and they didn't say anything like yes or no, I don't want to, I'll say, hey girl, no worries if you don't want to. I just thought I would ask because I'm really excited for this promotion, but no worries either way. Like, I totally get it, or I totally understand, or I hope I didn't upset you or offend you. Something crazy like that, just so that they can say like, oh my gosh, no, I just got really busy, or yeah, I'd just rather not post anything, like I'm sorry. Because a lot of times people have a problem with saying, especially if they're a yellow person, they might have a problem saying to me like no, I'm not gonna help you. Like, or I just don't want to, or I don't feel comfortable. They have a hard time saying that back. So if I give them an out, like, hey, no worries if you don't want to, girl, I totally understand. Then a lot of times they'll say, yeah, I'm sorry, like I just don't want to, or I just don't feel comfortable, or I don't post a lot of stuff like that, or whatever. So it kind of gives them a way to just move, like an out, to get on, and at least then like you can move on. And I don't ever delete anybody's conversation. I always archive no matter what, because when I'm gonna be following up, a year from now, I don't want to have like that conversation deleted where they said no, or anything, whatever.
Right.
And me not see it and then ask again. I mean, it probably would be funny, but I just don't want to do that. So I just kind of, I archive everything. If they're over it and they're done, I know they're a dead end or they're a customer, I archive.
Or if they're really gripey and a pain in the butt and you don't want them, you can delete them.
Yeah, that's true.
Then you never have to worry about it.
Yeah, you can unfriend. But okay, so like, I think that's like the best thing like for that, as far as like wording wise. Now, like for me, I have been going to like people that have like a great post and then saying like, girl, oh my gosh, you should totally be doing this with me. Like if they've got several people commenting, immediately they've got 5 commenting, 4, 1. And I messaged them and they became a customer. I'm like, dude, you should totally be doing this with me. This is amazing. Your post is blowing up. Or you had one, did you realize that all 3 of the people that commented, all 3 of them signed up as customers with me? I have 72 hours to move these to you, and you could be getting the commission for this. Like, what do you think about this? Like, what do you think? Or, literally they'll be like, oh my God, like, what do you mean? Like, I could be making the commission. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what do I have to do? Like, what is, who's ordering? And I'll tell them, a couple of the people, like, well, I'm talking to these people, but these people already ordered, and I've got several that I'm following up with. Like, this is crazy. Like, oh my gosh. I mean, you should totally be doing this with me. All of your friends want this. And they're like, oh my gosh, seriously? I'm like, yes, girl. Like, I already got some in, but I have 72 hours, and I can move them to you. Like, what do you think? And they'll be like, okay, I don't know. What do I have to do? This has been the best way to explain this, and it's working every time. I literally am saying, okay, so right now, it's $99 to join the team, to join the company. That is basically your license, your right to sell in the company. And that comes with a kit that has 4 products that help that you can sell for $25 a piece and make your money back right away, so you're never out a lot of money. And then in order to get paid, all you have to do is have 150 in customer sales, which is so easy to do right now, girl, because everybody wants this coffee, or an $80 personal order of something that you want to use or try or sell. I said you're already ordering, if they're a low customer, you're already ordering the coffee, you know you like it and want it, or you just ordered the coffee, you know, you could have that and you'd be getting your paycheck every month. Either one of those will get you commission qualified and you'll get paid. And then all you'd have to pay is a $20 website fee a month, which is free for your first month, but that's so that your friends can go online, they can order it, the company ships it to them, and you get the commission, girl. No inventory. Oh my God!
Are we done with this segment?
Okay, no. Okay, come in. Class has started, but I'm gonna hug you.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Oh my God, you look amazing.
How are you?
Okay, so I said, look at y'all skinny minis.
I'm not coming back another one.
Okay. Coming back or no?
Huh?
Okay.
You're good for now. Okay, so your booty is on the YouTube video.
Your booty's on YouTube, though.
Okay. So,
Sorry.
what was I saying last?
You said,
Okay, so a $20 website fee.
yes, and you said why already.
And then I say, you know, so that way you don't have any inventory or anything like that. You just go on, your friends go online, they order it, you get the commission. And then anyone who joins this month gets a $1,000 bonus. They get qualified for a $1,000 bonus when 3 of their friends join their team with them. You get qualified for that $1,000. And I always say qualified. And I'm sorry. How are you? Good. And so that has been working. So then I say, how does that sound to you? How does that sound to you? Or, you know, and usually they say it sounds good because I want them to say something positive. So then I'm like, okay, girl, and I have 72 hours to move these ones that are already signed up under you. You should totally be doing this. Like, let's do it. And they're like, oh my gosh, okay, like, what do I do? Like, let's do it.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, customers that just signed up as a customer made a post, 20 minutes later, an hour later, or that night, it blew up, they're crazy, their friends are ordering, they're joining, they're excited. Even if they're just messaging me, wanting it, and sound pretty interested, I'm still going back to that person and saying, okay, oh my gosh, you should totally be doing this. And they're just excited, they're wanting to do it, or they're saying like, well, what about, well, I don't know, like maybe, let me just see, or I want to, once my coffee gets in and I try it, I say, okay, no worries, but I just want you to know, like, these girls only have 72 hours to move them. So, I mean, if you change your mind, let me know, and it may not be too late to get them under you.
Cool.
And it still kind of keeps that, like, this is the last month to qualify for that $1,000 bonus. Like, I just don't want you to miss out, girl.
Right.
And they're doing it. So that, I feel like, has been my wording. The wording is everything right now. I feel like try to, like, implement some of those, like, wording changes, but just only stick to what they say except for the DT thing.
Yeah.
When it's a DT thing, of course, I go to them and I'm, you know, saying stuff, but they're already usually in, or they said no, they didn't want to be a customer and they made a post, but guess what? Their post blew up. Now they're thinking, whoa, wait a minute. I can be making commissions off this? All right, what do I got to do? So then I changed their chat color too, to a potential distributor color. Usually it's like teal or something,
Cool.
just so that everybody's different.
All right. Thank you kindly. We
Yes.
need